Aw man, it's another set and they're trotting out Kaalia again, brothers. Modern Horizons 3 has some sweet reprints, and I'm not sure how Kaalia fits into the modern meta, but it sure is a bonkers commander card. So today we ask the question, does Kaalia still go hard? Man, take a look at this card. Kaalia of the Vast. 1 red, white, and a black for a legendary creature, human cleric. It's a 2/2 with flying. Whenever Kaalia of the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking that opponent. In the vast emptiness, Kaalia found she was not alone, brother. Angels, demons, and dragons. This is a bonkers card because in the early days of Commander, everybody's been burned by Master of Cruelties. This guy's 3 black and a red, creature demon, it's a 1/4 with first strike and death touch. Master of Cruelties can only attack alone. Whenever this guy attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Master of Cruelties assigns no combat damage to this combat. Now this is from the rulings on that particular card. An ability that triggers when something attacks and isn't blocked triggers in the declare blocker step after blockers are declared if 1, that creature's attacking, and 2, no creatures are declared to block it. It will trigger even if the creature was put onto the battlefield attacking rather than having been declared as an attacker in the declare attacker step. This guy, he just ruins your day, brother. You're out of the game. Everybody else plays a 6-hour game of Commander and you hang out, you're hoping for another one, you grab some Doritos, then everybody packs up for the night. They say, oh, I gotta go home, I gotta work in the morning, I have a wife. My wife doesn't even know I'm here, dude. Then you go home, you kick rocks, you lay in the sadness and solitude of your empty room cursing God, the one who put you on this damned planet. But you know what, there are a lot of other cool cards you can stick in Kaalia. I've always favored a Blink sub-theme precisely because a lot of these big demons, angels, and dragons come in with ETB effects. You can use those Blink cards, those instants, to get past targeted removal. But what are some under the radar budget includes? Because this is better Commander, dude, and we're looking for good times to pick up reprints when they're cheap for the hyenas out there. If you ever wanted a Kaalia deck, it's probably going to be pretty affordable after the release of MH3. But before we get into all that, listen, we're going to take a look at this Auburn human cleric. Take a look at that art, dude. Looks like Gillian Anderson. She's got that Mike Tyson tattoo, RIP to the GOAT. Had to pull out of the greatest fight of all time against the YouTuber. I should get into boxing so I don't have to keep banging my head against the wall on YouTube, dude. Just get punched in the face by some big monster. Or you guys could like and subscribe. Hey, how about that? That way I don't have to suffer physical harm for my craft here, too. The new regular art is pretty dope too. I like it. It's clearly not as evocative as the old school Kaalia though. Look at this. Alright, first things first here. This guy is about $2. The Rune Scarred Demon. 5 black creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying. When this guy enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. The litany of the infernal on his flesh pulses to the beating of his dark heart. Like this guy's at a rave or something, dude. The nice thing about this card is that it's an ETB. You can fetch whatever you need. If you blink this guy, you're all set. Removal, board wipe, combo pieces, Master of Cruelties, go get that guy. Whatever you want, bubby. If you're running a blink sub theme, you can get 2 cards and it's a fat attacker. But even fatter and a better card in my opinion is the Hoarding Broodlord. 5 black creature, dragon, it's a 7/6 with convoke and flying. When this guy enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may play it, brother. Spells you cast from exile have convoke. This damn card is a tank, man. 7/6, even beefier. Go grab an Anguished Unmaking out of your deck. Go grab this next sweet angel. I love this card, man. Angel of the Ruins, 5 white, artifact creature angel. It's a 5/7 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts and/or enchantments. Has plane cycling for 2. Oh, you get your removal on a damn beautiful angel, dude. This also has that neat plane cycling ability, so you can get it in the graveyard if you're running a Reanimator sub-theme, which you should. And the first piece of that is Karmic Guide. 3 white creature angel spirit. It's a 2/2 with flying and protection from black. Has echo for 3 white. When this thing enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sure, this is a rather pricey reanimation spell in most decks, but it's such a great card in this deck, or any deck with sacrifice outlets that you're using to loop this and Revel Yark. I don't think you're doing that in Kaalia though. This is just basically a free reanimation spell. Now what are some other surprisingly budget includes? Hellkite Tyrant is 4 red creature dragon, it's a 6/5 with flying and trample. When this guy deals combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. So you're going to get all their good stuff, man, except treasures, because they're just going to sacrifice them. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. It's probably not going to happen. This card is under $4. Was a lot pricier before the Wizards' current fire sale approach to reprints. This card got hammered with a couple good reprints, man, most notably Dominaria Remastered. Now this card, man, if you didn't grab one after the Multiverse Legends reprint alongside March of the Machine, you're out of luck, dude. This was only a couple bucks for a span of time. It's all the way back to $8 now. Aurelia the War Leader, 2 red, white, legendary creature, angel, it's a 3/4. Flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever this thing attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. That card and Gisela here illustrate the hyena mindset, dude. After one of these reprints, you gotta dig in, man. You gotta find these little deals and pick them up, even if you don't necessarily have a deck for them at that moment. I sure did with Aurelia. I'll tell you that right now. And you know what? Gisela Blade Gold Knight, 79 cents. 4 red, white for a legendary creature, angel, it's a 5/5 with flying and first strike. If a source would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, that source deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. If a source would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent half that damage rounded up. So if somebody deals 1 damage to you, prevent it, dude. 79 cents for this banger. If you're trying to win with combat, the Sweet Angel is here to share the spotlight with Kaalia. And that's a menage a trois, brother. That's risky business, and that's better commander, dude. Now you may not think you want a Brain Stealer Dragon, but you do, brother. It's 5 black creature dragon horror. It's a 6/6 with flying. At the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of each opponent's library. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. Whenever a non-land permanent an opponent owns enters the battlefield under your control, they lose life equal to its mana value. This is a little better when you have more ways to cast opponent stuff, you have more payoffs, but it's like drawing 4 cards, dude. You can play lands you exile with this creep. I prefer the older art, Dungeons and Dragons style, but this one is $1.20. Now don't undersell this angel, man. Sarah's Emissary, 4 white creature, angel, it's a 7/7 with flying. As this thing enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type, man. Where swords fail, faith transcends. This is a very versatile card. I spec'd on this when it was super cheap. Then got some of the watercolor sketch versions, and it's a great card, man. You know, on this big spec, I made about $3, you know, but it's still under $5 right now. Pump and dump, baby. Now, nobody ever puts any respect on this guy's name, the Dragon Mage. 5 red creature, Dragon Wizard, it's a 5/5 with flying. This card's like 8 cents, dude. Whenever Dragon Mage deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Yes, it's huge, strong, breathes fire, but we're smart. That's what Tadith the Wise said. It was his last words because he died of hepatitis, dude. Very sad story. Anyways, this is a full grip, man. That means more creatures to cast with Kaalia, more cards in your graveyard. I've always been a huge fan of this card. With surprise attack, it's even better. Lord of the Damn Void, dude. 4 black creature demon, it's a 7/7 with flying. Whenever this guy deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library, put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under your control. Again, this was once a very pricey card, right down to under $4 at present. Target the Timmy Green player slamming big creatures down, dude. You're gonna hit something good. This card is nuts for $4. I think I said last time it was Dominaria Remastered for the Hellkite, but it's Ravnica Remastered. I messed up. Or was I testing you? Sower of Discord, this is another one that dropped in price pretty precipitously. 4 black creature demon, it's a 6/6 with flying. As this guy enters the battlefield, choose 2 players. Whenever damage is dealt to one of the chosen players, the other chosen player also loses that much life. It's like $1.25 for the old Sower here. I love this dude. Look at that mug, man. Looks like Steve Buscemi a little bit. Classic commander card, really does what it says. So is Discord. So get in the Discord channel, brother. Link in the description. Another cheap reprint, Saphara Sky's Blade. 4 white legendary creature, angel, it's a 7/7. You may pay white and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Not going to worry about that too much. Has flying, lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. There it is right there, brother. Pretty much anything you're throwing out there has flying, including our commander, and this sweet angel can cheat herself right in. Now, we mentioned some protection pieces, but You definitely want to protect Kaalia with some footwear, brother. This lady flies around, she's got very weak ankles. Put the greaves and the boots in there, but this is 2024. We got the Lava Spur boots. 1 generic mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, has haste and ward 1. Has equipped for 1. This is a great early protection piece and a haste granter. And should you slap in Ishin? Yeah, you should. Slap in some attack triggers and you're off to the races, man. Ishin is a sweet card when your commander has an attack trigger. So listen, man, I could go on and on about Kaalia the Vast all day long. I do have a budget list that needs a little work. It's in the description. Last time I added it was about 2 years ago, so I'm going to do a little work on there. And remember, there are some dragon-specific cards, demon-specific cards, angel-specific cards you can lean into if you want to concentrate on a single tribe. Angels tend to cooperate the best together and have some bonkers effects. At the end of the day, this is a fun deck. It's like a popcorn deck, you know, it's junk food, guilty pleasure. You can easily just put in budget beaters that fit into those tribes, have a fun time, budget considerations aside. Anyways, brother, take care of yourself. Ease up on the high fructose, alright? We don't even know what fructose really is, man. It could be anything. It's in corn, so keep it out of your body, dude, especially your butt. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.